Hi, it's John Glynn, and I'm going to be working on this particular photo today. I've been asked by a student regarding this picture, which is she wants to have these little red dots in the photograph removed, but keep the bulk of them in the middle. Okay, so you're wanting most of these, but you're wanting to remove the strange little ones around the edges. Now, precisely how many of the dots you want to move or to leave out, to take away, is going to have to be left to the student to decide in the end, but I'll go through a process that I think will help to do this. Um, Excuse me, I'll zoom in slightly, and I'm just going to use Navigator as a way of zooming in, and this will give us an idea of the dots, and you can see them. Now they are over everywhere, and this will become personal as to whether you take them out from the middle or leave the dots in the middle and just take out the outside. Okay, I'm not too sure. I'll maybe do both ways just so that you get an idea of the process. Let's remove that error messages that come up. Okay, so first things first, we have your picture open. I'm just using the JPEG, but if you wanted to keep it at full quality, it might be worth converting it at this stage to a TIFF. So if you're going to do that, get a file and save as, and then go through and convert it to a TIFF. But this is up to you, or you can do it at a later stage. I will though make a duplicate copy, so I'm going to my layer panel, and on the right hand side I'm going to click with the right mouse key, I'm just using a PC, duplicate layer, and I'll say OK. So now we've got two versions of the same picture, basically exactly the same copy. I can turn the background one off because we're no longer going to use that, but it's just there in case we need to go back to it if things go horribly wrong in the process. Okay, so next thing is we're going to find a way of picking out these red dots. Everything's red and we don't want to remove all the red, we're just wanting to remove the brightest of the red dots. So what we can do is go into the create and fill adjustment layer, which is at the very top of the layers panel. This is in Photoshop Elements 2020, by the way, which is what the bulk of my students are using, but you can do the same in the full version as well. I can go down here to what we call threshold, and if I click on threshold, it appears completely black, but there's a slider, and as I drag the slider down to the left, will lighten various parts of the picture. Now as I go all the way down to the left, it picks up all the red, so obviously you don't want to go that far, so I need to decide to what level I'm happy to pick up on these dots of red. How many of these dots do I want to hide? Okay, and this is totally personal, so I don't know precisely how many you're wanting to hide, but I'll do a few so we can see a definite effect. So we'll go to around about there, and I now need to select some of those white dots, so I'm going to zoom in to help me do this. So I'm going to zoom right the way in, so it's basically I'm seeing the pixels that are making up the white dots, and I'm now going to use the selection tool. I'm going to use the magic wand tool, which is in the toolbox on the left hand side. If you don't have that open, you may have it initially as that symbol, which is a quick selection tool. Just click it and you'll find the magic wand is one of those options. It's at the bottom underneath your picture, the magic wand tool. Now make sure that contiguous is unticked. If you have contiguous, it won't select all the white boxes, it will only select one white box. But if you have it unticked, it will select all the white boxes. So if I click on one white pixel, if you like, it selects all the pixels. So around all of them is a little squiggly line. You might just see it kind of moving ever so slightly. It's difficult to see against black, but it is there. So it selected all of them. So do make sure that that contiguous is unticked to do this. Then we're going to go just to refine edge, and we're just going to output to selection. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to say selection and say OK. Okay. Now I'm going to turn off that threshold layer. So I'm back in my layers panel and I'm going to switch it off. And I'm going to now click on my background copy. So it's now highlighted. And I'm going to go up back into create new and fill an adjustment layer, and I'm going to go to levels. Now what I'm going to do, instead of red, green, blue, I'm going to go into red, little drop down menu under channel, go to red channel, and I'm going to change the red channel. Now if I drag to the right, you can see already that the highlighted areas are being reduced and will be diminished, and as to how much I want them to be diminished, well, you're going to have to judge that visually. Okay, so you'd have it in the middle, it's all very bright, you can drag them down, you'll see they go to the same sort of shade as the reds in their sort of locality, and you can also make them blacker by just using the black, but it may go too black, it might just leave big black holes. So you're going to have to go again, make a decision as to how black you wish the background to be. I'll zoom out and you can get an idea now of what it was like. So I can take it all the way down, I can even reduce it further, and you can see that even the other brighter spots are going and disappearing, and they sort of fade off into the background. And you've lost the very bright areas in the middle here. If I go into history allows you to, if you like, play back what you've been doing. So I can go back to the original picture. I've called it noise image, by the way, just because it's a form of noise that we're trying to get rid of. It's actually original, and if I go back to what I've just done, that's removed the bulk of those very bright spots, but it might leave you with black areas, okay, which you may not want in your picture. So that was the original, and that is my final look on this particular image. Okay, so that's an option as a way of dealing with those white dots, or the very bright areas that you may not want. You can always go back to your levels layer, and using the red you can make them appear or disappear at will, because they're still there, they're still in your layers panel. So if you've taken out too much, you can bring them back again if you wanted to, and just have them sort of just there without dominating, or you can make them vanish pretty much completely. Okay, so that's an option. There is another option which is similar, and I'll turn off what I've been doing. So we're back to the original image effectively, because I've turned off by striking my little eye in the layers panel, and it's got a red line going through. I've effectively turned those effects off, and I can go back to my original copy again, and it might be this time that all I want to keep the kind of brightness in the middle, so they're not as dull, but take out the surrounding white dots. And to do that I need to make selections, so I'm going to use the quick selection brush and just draw a selection onto the screen, just holding down the mouse and just dragging round, and I'm just sort of picking up an edge to that area, and I'll push it out a bit, just let it catch up with itself slightly, because it's having to do the maths there. That's it. and the same on this one on the left hand side, just holding down the left mouse key and adding to the selection. And then what I'm going to do, just so that I don't lose the edging, is I'm going to go into brush set, to refine edge, sorry, I'm going to go to refine edge, and I'm going to smooth that selection, and I'm going to feather it slightly as well. Okay, I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to invert it. So I'm going to go up to select and inverse the selection. So now it's actually selecting everything outside of those bits that I selected. So everything's being selected on the outside. And again, I go back through to my threshold. So I want to do threshold, but this time I'm going to select only the white dots which are on the outside of my selection, not on the inside. Okay. And again, I'll zoom in just to help me, because I've got Navigator. Navigator is under Window, by the way, in the top toolbar if you're looking for it. And I can zoom in and again go back to my magic wand, which is here selected, and I again still need contiguous ticked off, so it hasn't got a tick in it, and I click inside one of the white pixels and it selects all the white pixels that I've got there. Then I can zoom back out. I turn threshold off, and I then go back to my background copy, and then I go up to the fill and adjustment layer, and then I go to levels and again choose red, and I can again reduce the reds so that they kind of vanish. Okay, and if I zoom in you'll see it maybe better. You've still got little highlights in the middle, but they may be fine, but I've reduced the other dots around the outside, and they've kind of just vanished completely pretty much. And that way, if I zoom back out, you can see the whole effect. And again, if I go back into history again is hidden underneath the window. In the top toolbar there's window, you'll find history in there, so everything you've done is being recorded effectively by Adobe as you do it. There's the original picture, and there's my final picture. Okay, it may be worth watching a couple of times. Remember, the first time I didn't mask the center of these, so I can turn them on. I'll turn off just so that you got a difference and you see the difference. I'll turn off what I've just done and turn on the original. There we have the original. That was the one where I didn't mask the center, so everything's gone dull. And then this one is with the masking in the center. So you've got two ways of doing this effectively, and that's either by masking the center bits, making a selection and then inverting the selection, or not making a selection at all and just getting rid of all the reds that you don't want wherever they happen to be in the picture. So hopefully that makes some kind of sense, and it's just a matter of maybe following this a couple of times. This video, it's quite complicated. When you come to save the picture, go up to File, Save As. I would save it as a TIFF file, pure, and give it a number. You see that I've done it a couple of times now. So just save that as a TIFF. Give it another name if you need to, and I'll just do that number 3, TIFF 3, and the advantage of that is that and say OK to everything, just ignore, don't change anything here, just say OK. Include the layers, you must include layers, and then these set of layers will still be there active for you to continue doing anything you want to do with this picture. You will lose history. The history side is not remembered. Okay, when you close the picture down, history will vanish, but the layers will still be there. If you're going to get this printed commercially, then you'll have to go into your layer and flatten the image into a single picture. So it'll be like, say, and I'll hide any discarded hidden layers, which are ones which have got the little mark through. They're hidden. I'll just say OK, and now that is a single picture. If I were to save that, the layers will vanish. Obviously there are no layers, so that's why we would keep a version with layers, so we can go back and continue working on it for as long as we wish. Okay, hopefully that will help you understand the process of hiding those specular reddish dots that you didn't want. Okay, and I'll stop it there. Thanks for watching.